What does that even mean, Bowers Game Corner?
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another game review. And today I'm very excited to check out Click, Click, Boom from Thing 12 Games. This is for 3 to 6 players. Age is 8 plus. It'll take you, I don't know, about 20 to 30 minutes to play. And Click, Click, Boom is a bluffing game of Russian roulette where you are going to take control of an adorable character and try not to get shot. But your opponents are going to be picking your 2 potential cards. So you have to decide, are my opponents trying to bluff me? Are they trying to steal from me? Or are they trying to shoot me? I don't know. What am I talking about? Let's open it up, and I'll tell you what I think. Alrighty then, we're going to take a look at what you're going to get inside of Click, Click, Boom. So before we get started, I want to mention this is the promotional copy I have in front of me. So take everything you see here with a grain of salt. So first and foremost, we're going to handy dandy rule booklet. It's 4 pages, single-sided. It's probably going to be a very short rule booklet. It's a very simple game. The rule booklet does a good job of teaching you the game, so thumbs up on this rule booklet. I imagine the one that gets to you is going to have pictures, illustrations, will look even better. So in Click, Click, Boom, you're going to be playing a game of Russian roulette. You're going to be taking control of one of these 6 adorable characters, playing over 3 rounds and trying, not to get shot like this guy right here. But that's going to be very difficult because your cards, and you're going to have a starting hand of cards, are not going to be able to be seen by you. They're going to go on top of your forehead like this. Think Indian poker, think Hanabi. So you will not know which cards you are going to play. So let's go over the components, then we'll get into the gameplay. So first, at the start of the game, everybody's going to get 13 coins. You're going to give this card to the first player, and it is slightly different. This one says pass right, this one says pass left, and there's some other slight differences on where you're asking first. Also, if you're playing the advanced version of the game, which I would actually really recommend after playing about a round or 2 of this, you will get one of these character cards. And the character cards have some really cool special abilities that you'll be able to use once per round. And you're going to be playing over the course of 3 rounds. Whoever has the most money after 3 rounds will be the winner of the game. But we're not going to go over those right now. Let's talk about the 6 cards that you're going to have in your hand. So first, 2 coins stolen. This means that the person, that if you pick this card, the person either to your left or to your right is going to steal 2 of your coins. And you'll see a little bit more how that works in a second. Pay coin to pot. Pot means that there's going to be a big pot of money in the middle, which you are all competing for in this game of Russian roulette. And then boom, which pretty self-explanatory, means you are dead and you are out of the round. So once everybody has their 6 cards and they have their character in front of them, they're going to take one of their coins and they're going to ante it up into the pot. So let's just go ahead and go boom. We'll just do that. And then everyone is going to take their cards, these cards, and they're going to shuffle them up like so. And then they're going to put them on top of their head, so they will not be able to see them. Now, everyone else can see their cards. So what you're going to do, first thing is you're going to ask the player to your left to pick one of these cards for you to potentially play. So they will pick one of these cards, and they can say things, they can not say things, they can tell you it's a boom, they can tell you it's something good. This is where the bluffing and the deception comes into play in this game. So they're going to place it down right here next to your left side. Next, you're going to ask the person to your right to pick one of your cards, and they'll be like, oh, that guy's so mean, you definitely want to pick my card. And then they're going to pick a card to your right side. At this point, you can either hold your cards up or you can kind of put them down or just rest them against something. As long as you cannot see them, you are good. Now, the player to your left is going to do this, and then the other player, and eventually everyone will have done this. So everyone will have 2 cards in front of them like so, and you will always get to pick for 2 people, the person to your left and the person to your right. So everyone is going to be actively involved most of the time. Now what's going to happen is you are going to get to this phase where the person with the lead card is going to say 3, 2, 1, shoot. And then each player is going to flip over one of these 2 cards right here, whichever one they think is most likely to not be a boom. So they'd say 3, 2, 1, shoot. And look at there, I survived this round. So I would pay a coin to the pot. And that's not too bad. Now let's see what would happen if I would have flipped over this one. So 3, 2, 1, shoot. 2 coins stolen. Perfect example, actually. This means the person to my left has stolen 2 coins from me, and 2 coins is a lot of money in this game. So this card is going to go in front of you. and you're not going to be able to use it the rest of the round. And now what you're going to do is you are going to pass one of your cards to the left. So I have these 4 choices here, and I have this card right here, which I don't know. So I could give the person to the left a completely random card, or I might be like, you know what? I think that person on the right over there really wanted to kill me this round. I think this is a boom card, so maybe I'll pass that over here. So you'd pass that. Someone else is going to pass you a card, which might be good, might be bad. And then you are going to rinse, wash, and repeat with this getting passed, but also flipping over. So now they're going to ask right first, ask left, and then pass to the right. But anywho, you're going to continue to do this until either players only have 1 card left, or until there's only 1 person who's left alive. If numerous players have only 1 card left, then they're going to split the pot in the middle evenly, and if there's any extra left over, it will stay in the pot for the next round. Or if there's only 1 player remaining in the game, because they've eliminated everybody, then they get all the money themselves. When it gets down to just 2 players, it becomes a slightly different game, because then you're going to be looking at each other and your opponent is going to pick one of your cards. And so let's just say we're down to just 3 cards right here. I'm looking at my opponent picks this card, and then I have to decide, is my opponent trying to shoot me, or is he just trying to bluff me because he thinks I'm going to take one of these 2 cards? But anywho, you're going to continue to go until you only have 1 card left, or until there's only 1 player left, at which point they will win the money. Then you will rinse, wash, and repeat. So everyone will get back their 6 original cards. They will flip over their character card back to living. You do that 3 times. Whoever has the most money at the end of 3 rounds will win the game. Now, if you're curious, I'll show you some of the special ability cards too. So, after playing a boom, put the card back in your hand and shuffle. Choose a random card from your hand and discard it without looking, then pass a card like normal. Very useful ability, but once again, only once per round. At the start of the choose phase, force any player to play the card of your choice. Stolen coins go to you. So essentially, you will be able to kill someone each and every round. At the start of the, if you play it correctly, I should say. At the start of the round, before any cards are picked, swap your hand with another player. This one's very useful, especially if you think you might have 2 boom cards, which can happen. At the beginning of the choose phase, choose the player on your left or right. They must truthfully tell you what card they picked. Very useful. At the start of your turn, you may look at 1 card in your hand. Also very useful, but only once per round. And at the start of your turn, steal coins from the pot equal to the number of cards you have played. Nice little gambling one right there. But that, in a nutshell, is what you're going to get inside of Click, Click, Boom. Alrighty then, Click, Click, Boom from Thing 12 Games. What are my final thoughts? Let's go over the pro. Alrighty then, Click, Click, Boom, coming to a Kickstarter near you very, very soon. I'll be sure to post that Kickstarter link down below. What are my final thoughts? Let's go over the pros. Let's go over the cons. First, on the con side, I wasn't the hottest on this game at 3 players. 4 players is better, but 5 and 6 players I definitely think is the ideal player count for this game. It's just a little bit more fun, and I like seeing more cards out there. And you can get to these hilarious scenarios where somebody might have 3 booms on top of their head. And I just thought it was a better game with more players. That being said, it's not bad at 3. I just wouldn't play it again at 3 personally. Another comment I have of this game is the theme is going to be a turnoff to some people. You know, even though it is a very tongue-in-cheek theme about Russian roulette, artwork I should say, it's still about Russian roulette, which will be a turnoff to some people and might kill some people potentially in the family game crowd, which this game definitely would fall in the family game crowd. Also, I feel like some of the special abilities the asymmetrical abilities that you'll get for your character might be a smidge bit better than other special abilities, but that being said, they're all pretty cool special abilities and can all be very useful if used at the proper time. So that's somewhat of a nitpick, but at the same time, I feel like 1 or 2 of them are better than some of the other ones. But in a game like this that lasts less than 20 minutes generally, I didn't feel like it was that big of a deal. Last con I have of this game, it's a very simple, light bluffing game. The game's not going to change too much from game to game to game. It's just somebody's going to pick this card, somebody's going to pick that card, and then I have to decide which one of those cards is the one I want to pick. And you're going to do that over and over and over and over and over again. And that's just about it. But moving on to the pros, I really did enjoy Click, Clack, Boom. Click, Click, Boom, and I can easily recommend this game if you were in the market for a lightweight filler, family weight style bluffing game. And I feel like a lot of people are going to really like this game. So first and foremost, is this a good game for game nights? Yes, my game night really enjoyed this game. I brought this to a game group. They really enjoyed this game. And it's very easy to learn. It's very easy to teach. It's a fantastic filler weight game. It has enough interesting choices and bluffing going on. And when you add in those those asymmetrical powers. It just adds a little bit extra, and I liked it for that aspect a lot. Now, is it a good family game? That's going to be a your mileage may vary kind of thing based on the theme. So if you don't want your family playing a theme like this, completely understandable. But the complexity of this game lends itself to be an excellent family game. And I think a lot of families are going to have fun with this game if they can get past the theme. So if you have kids who are, say, 11, 12, 13, 14 years old, teenagers, they're going to really enjoy this game. And there's a lot of fun to be had with this game because you'll quickly get to the realization that killing people isn't always the best way to win the game. In fact, stealing 2 coins from people a lot of the times is just as valuable as killing people, especially early on, which I liked an awful lot. One thing I forgot to mention in the middle part as well is that once you've won a round, you have to start paying $2 to the pot each time, so it's a little bit, it juices up the pot a little bit, which I did like as well, and I like the concept of the pot where, you know, it's just going to be getting bigger and bigger as the round progresses, and that's really cool as well. Overall, I don't have too many faults on this game. I really enjoyed it, and I'm excited to get a final copy of this game. I think this is going to be a game that a lot of people really enjoy, and I think if you're in the market for a lightweight bluffing filler game, this is definitely one you might want to check out. So Click Click Boom from Thing 12 Games. Really enjoy this one. I hope the Kickstarter goes well. I hope they get more asymmetrical special abilities. You know, maybe even some other cool, unique cards you could throw in there. I think that would really spice up the game as well. But as is, a very good game that I definitely can recommend. If you enjoyed this review, please click on that subscribe button down below. In the comments below, let me know what is your favorite bluffing game. For me personally, probably Sheriff of Nottingham. Still Sheriff of Nottingham. I just love the bluffing. I love the negotiation. I love the double bluffing in that game where you act like you're bluffing, but then you're pretending not to bluff, and it's just all these mind games, and the more deeper you get into the game, it's just, I love that game as well. But let me know in the comments below, what is your favorite bluffing game? And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.